Again, a great segue into heart health this morning. Rose Reisman is here, and you're breaking it all down.
Yeah, I'm breaking it all down. And I told you just before the break, my father and his aunt died in their 50s from heart disease. I went to my doctor in my 30s. They discovered high cholesterol. I was eating a lot of saturated fat. I was slim, ran 5 miles a day. Don't judge a book by its cover.
You thought you were burning it off?
I thought I was fine. Okay, so let's first of all talk about saturated fats. I want to show this cute little label for a minute, and this is what we always see on every food. But look what I've circled there. You see the fat. So the total fat of this product is 13 grams. The saturated is 5 grams. It's almost half. It's the saturated fat you really want to look for because that's the stuff that's clogging the arteries.
So the saturated fat is the bad stuff.
That's what we're talking about today. So what is saturated fat? Anything that has a face on it comes from an animal except for fish. Okay. So anything from a cow. So look what I have here. Anything from chicken, cheese, eggs, yogurt, that is all. Yogurt? Yeah, it all comes from an animal. The stuff that's not saturated, healthy for you are the oils, the peanut butter, the salmon. You can see fruits and veggies. So first of all, people have to understand saturated fat, anything with a face on it. Okay.
Except for fish.
Except for fish. Okay. So let's take a look for a minute. Here is 20 grams of saturated fat is all you should have in your day. That's it, without getting heart disease or high cholesterol. Here we go. This much lard, which is usually used in baking, in a lot of processed foods, or butter. This small amount of 3 tablespoons has 20 grams of saturated fat. You would eat that every day in a Danish.
That's a day's worth of saturated fat.
And any more than that, you're clogging your arteries. But instead, go to margarine, a good healthy margarine, or an oil, and you're only getting 1 to 2 grams of saturated fat versus 20. Huge, huge difference. So change over. All right, now steaks. And this is, I mean, everybody loves steak. This is what caused my problems. I loved ribeye. I love prime rib. These two are the same size in steaks, 8 ounces. One's a ribeye. One's a New York steak or top sirloin. This has 20 grams of saturated fat. So in the summer when we're barbecuing, that's it, guys. You got your saturated fat out of the way, but you can't have any more in your day. This New York steak, which is just as delicious, has 4 grams of saturated fat.
Okay, so when your heart health's at stake, go for the New York steak.
Go for the New York steak. Okay, let's go to Quiznos. They've opened the kimono on Quiznos. They now are revealing their numbers, which I'm happy about. But an 11-inch meatball sub, sounds kind of innocent, 25 grams of saturated fat.
More than a day's worth.
More than a day. But you could have the honey bourbon chicken for 4 grams. Look at that.
This looks better, if you ask me.
It looks delicious. Okay, McDonald's, the Angus burger. Okay, Angus sounds really great. It's a great cut of meat, but this comes in at 20 grams of saturated fat. Go for the Big Mac, 10 grams of saturated
fat.
Half
your daily intake.
Breakfast McDonald's, the minute you hear a biscuit and sausage, you're looking at 19 grams of saturated fat versus the Egg McMuffin for only 6 grams of saturated fat.
Huge difference.
Coconut milk is fantastic. They both look the same, but now Taste of Thai makes a light one. Get this, what you would normally have in a curry, about a half of a cup, is 20 grams of fat. So whenever you eat Indian, Thai, you're killing yourself, go for the light coconut, 6 grams, and last but not least, processed meats. That amount of salami is about your day's 22 grams of saturated fat. Roast beef, 2 grams.
Oh, now we know.
So was it easy to understand?
It is, and the choice is there for you to make, so why not make the better one? Choose it and lose it is in stores now, rosereisman.com, at Rose Reisman. Love your commercials, by the way.
Little cartoon,
Rose.
I'm waving in the truck.
It's adorable. We'll be back with more BT after this. It looks just like you. It does.
I'm driving the truck.
Here's little Rose.